Now there are two new lookup based functions that have been introduced in Office 2019. Well, it's also accessible by those using Microsoft 365. These functions are XLOOKUP and XMATCH. Now, XLOOKUP is a hybrid version of the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. And let me show you how this works. So far we had achieved this result with the help of VLOOKUP. Now let us try with the help of XLOOKUP. So look up for this value, and you see it's asking for a lot more information than what VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP would have asked for. So I put comma, lookup array. Where do you want to look up for? I say this list. Now I do not need to worry about whether do they fall in the same range or not. I do not need to select a huge array. I can just say lookup in this list and return array. Okay, so basically in VLOOKUP it was asking like, if I find the value that you're looking for, which column value do you want me to return? So here that's the return array. So we can select this separately, and then comma, what if not found? Now instead of giving a hash any error, it is giving us the option to respond with a specific message. Maybe I would say something like just put outside range. That's outside range. Or maybe you want to give just a simple NA, and that's absolutely fine. It's better than giving a hash any error, right? So as of now, I'll just put out of range. Now match mode. Is it the exact match on next smaller item, exact match on next larger item, wildcard character match? Now, what exactly do they do? Returns the index of the match, exact match if none return NA. Then returns the index of the exact match, and if not found, returns the index of the next smaller item. So here we have 72.5. If I were to select this, I'll get 70 as the result, and the corresponding grade of 70 that would be taken care of. If I were to select this, it says return the index of the exact match, but if not found, then it returns the index of the next larger item. So 72.5, if I were to select this, 72.5 do not exist in this list. So it looks for the next larger item, that's 80. It won't fall back to 70, but it will go to 80. Now what about the wildcard character? Returns the index of a wildcard match where star, question mark, and this similarity sign, or some might call it as a tilde sign, have special meaning there. Now this is something which we'll talk about later, but for now, let us select this. If we select this, I hit a tab, and search mode, where do you want it to search from? Is it start from the list from top to bottom or bottom to up? Binary search, that's sorted ascending order or descending order. So right now, everything is sorted in a ascending order, but we can also do a first to last, and that's absolutely fine. We can just close the bracket, and here we have this C. Now what if this was greater than match? That's exact match or next larger item. It's B. It's falling under 80, so it's B. So XLOOKUP gives us many options to choose from when we are narrowing down to a particular value. And that's exactly what we are doing here, exact match. And here it's the approach of match, whether it's sorted ascending order or descending order. I just hit enter and see it does the same job because we had already arranged everything in the ascending order. Now we might want to just lock the reference over here for using the $sign for the row. Close the bracket. And here we have this. XLOOKUP. It does the same job like a VLOOKUP. But what is the beauty over here? What if the grades are not here and here? And now I want the corresponding grades for this. So let's say here I'll clear this off again. Now I want the grades for the particular scores. I say equal XLOOKUP. Now lookup value, lookup for this. In lookup array, I want to look it under scores and not grades. Okay, lookup under scores and return array. That means if the value is found, select the grades, comma. If not found, I would just put an NA. I think that should be fine enough. It does not look like an error at least. And I need exact match on next smaller item. Well, if you notice this, if not found, that's the NA error. Match mode and search mode, all three are optional. They are in square brackets, they are optional. It's up to you whether you want to mention them or you do not want to specify that. We can just close the brackets and that's absolutely fine. Hit enter and you have this here. You see, now this was one limitation of the VLOOKUP function wherein you select this entire range. By default, the VLOOKUP used to search in first column, but here XLOOKUP gives us the liberty. What exactly is happening? It's doing the job similar to the match function and the index function. First, where do you want to search it? I just select the column and then it identifies the row number or the position where this number would match up to. And then it notes that position number and then it asks, okay, if it's matched, which column's value do you want me to return? I select this column and that's it. Here we have this. So backward compatible as well. So we again lock the reference and this as well. Here we have this. Done. See? That's the beauty of using the XLOOKUP function. Now, what about the XMATCH function? XMATCH does the same job like a match function, but again, they have given some more options over here of match mode and search mode. Search mode is a new addition to this list, but let me show you the beauty. It returns the relative position of an item in an array. By default, an exact match is required by default unless you specify an approximate match. So if you do not specify match mode, it will look for an exact match. Now let's say I'm looking for 72.5. Lookup array. I'll select this. Now match mode. I want, let's say, here we have lot many options. Now earlier we used to have only 3 options. And that was quite ambiguous at times. So here it's much more clear. Exact match on next smaller item, exact match on next larger item, and wildcard character. So we select the next larger, smaller item. We can close the brackets or even put a comma and search mode. We say search first to last, close the bracket. And we have the position. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. So XMatch does the same job like a match function, but let me tell you one thing, that in case of VLOOKUP, VLOOKUP has a different approach of starting its search. It does not give you the flexibility to command it to start from top to bottom or bottom to up or which way, same way with the match function. But XMatch helps you get that under control, and so does XLOOKUP. You also get to command the search mode. That's the value addition that you're getting over here with the help of these two X-based functions. That's XLOOKUP and XMatch.